Hello, welcome to another toneless landscape oil painting demonstration. This is your painter in residence. I'm Francis McCarthy, and the painting I'm bringing you today, it's got to be a temporary title because I know I've used it before. I'm calling it Sepia Woods. It's an 8 by 10 and did this back in August, so it's been kind of sitting around for a while. I do like the painting quite a lot, but every now and again things just, I get excited about something I just did, and that's what I bring you. Um, and that's how it goes. I guess we've been averaging maybe one video a week, down from two, but that seems to be alright because, there's a huge backlog of videos on this channel, so more than I actually anyone that can prove to me that they've watched all 700 or 800 videos or whatever, I'll send you a painting. I will. Yeah. I don't have to worry about that. I have actually. I probably haven't even seen them all. I record them. Oh, and I do give it a listen after recording these 15-minute ones, the live ones. Well, what a great segue. You go, what live ones? Well, membership area. There is a link right below the video. If you scroll down in the description, if it's not coming up, you click on that and you can join the members area. And what's in there is about, oh gosh, that's 100 or 200. So, what's there is I record the painting session, like this painting session, live, and I'm talking a bit and I'm teaching a bit, and it's all in real time. So now you can either opt to listen to what I'm saying, or you can speed it up slightly. And this was a response to a lot of people. One of my most requested things over the years was to do real-time videos, because I started with sped up videos, and these days I've settled around the 15-minute mark, but a lot of them are 10 or less, and they're good. But this was just a response to that. Yeah, I'm gonna sniff, so excuse me one sec. A little bit of maybe hay fever going on today. So let's talk about this painting. Hey, what's going on here? It looks pretty much like just a few colors being used, and predominantly all of this drawing right now is being done with burnt umber, which is a wonderful color for doing underpaintings. Now I could always take something like this and flesh it out with realistic color, but as you can see with that brief little flash of the reference image, this was based on an old pictorialist photograph. Sorry, I had to pause the video so I could sneeze. Probably be a sniffle coming. Apologize for that in advance. Anyway, in this case, we're building the whole. So this isn't much different than how I'd approach any painting that was a non-earth tone type of thing. I tend to do my drawing stage with either burnt umber. A lot of times I like to use black as well. The nice thing about burnt umber is, like, if you just want to do a drawing or slash underpainting, that's all you have time for. It'll be dry to the touch the next day. You can just proceed. Whereas if you use black, or well, mostly black would be the other one I'd like to use. It's going to take a while to dry. Black's a real slow dryer. Sorry about that. That's the sniffle I warned you about. Anyway, so this is probably Leonard. I forget his last name, something French. But if you look up pictorialist photography, he is the guy. I mean, there's maybe hundreds of different photos by him. And this was kind of a big phase we went through this last year, where we're doing a lot of earth tone paintings. A lot of them were little 5x7s. Sold a good amount of those in the show I had back in, pardon me, back in, oh my goodness, June, July, something like that. Before a lot of the craziness hit New Zealand here, as far as the COVID, yeah, which is definitely enrolling and unraveling here, and I won't bother you with it because that's not why you're here. Um, but it has an impact. I mean, you know, I wouldn't say it has a big impact on what I go after or what I paint, but it certainly has an impact on things like sales. Which one of the reasons that I will be popping this painting in my store at a pretty reasonable price. Probably we'll go to 250 on it. Yeah. So if you're interested in this painting, you want to own an original M. Francis, there'll be a link right under the video. And I'm working on fleshing out that store and stuff. But so you can see where this painting diverges from like just an underdrawing is I'm going, okay, let's just start putting in some paint, you know. And that would be the light color. Looks to me to be a little bit of yellow ochre, some white, could be lead white. Like I say, this is August. I'd have to actually watch the live video session to give you the real breakdown. But we'll be getting into some Mars black too, and that could be all of the colors being used. Although I wouldn't be surprised if I used a bit of raw umber as well. Raw umber and burnt umber really work well together. Sorry for the sniffle. Actually, that's a great palette. And why would you want to do a painting like that? Well, first of all, you should be doing a painting every day of some type. Maybe you can only do a little 5x7. 8x10 actually doesn't take that much longer. Especially if it's really a matter of your mindset and your attitude. But to sit down and the nice thing about the earth tones is you don't have to haul the full palette out. You can squeeze out some earth tone, you know, raw umber, burnt umber, and a bit of white and a bit of black. Pardon me. Maybe a little bit of yellow ochre, and you're off to the races. You can do a painting. And this actual real time on this was like an hour and a half or something, so you know, and I managed to do and express everything I wanted to. I'm looking at it now. I would think that well, it was a very complex kind of scene, so these forest scenes really have to be simplified a lot. Maybe that's something we could talk about here, since you're going, where's my tips, bruh? Well, here you go. I struggled with these forest type scenes for ages. I love walking around in the woods, as probably you do too, and you know, like if you're doing a painting of a field with a tree in it, or a little barn or something, or some hills or whatever, you know, it's a bit easier because it's fairly simple, you know, whereas in the woods, sorry, there's just so much going on. Trees on top of trees, bushes, ferns, paths, rocks. Sometimes it's just a lot to deal with, and I definitely struggled for a long time to pull those off. I mean, quite a few really bad paintings ensued, but I eventually got a handle on it. And you want to know how I did that? Well, the secret will cost me no. I'm not going to charge you for the secret. Here's the secret. Come up with a simple pattern based on the most predominant shapes, and then just stick to that. Just cleave to that. If necessary, and I was talking to a student about this a few days back, just put the reference aside at a certain point and focus on what you've sketched out in your underpainting slash drawing. Now we're going in with that dark Mars black now, and you can see things take on a lot more dimension and depth, and definitely a bit more contrast than that original pictorialist photo. And there's many times that I will enhance the contrast of those, because a lot of that big part of that style was that things, you know, didn't have a ton of contrast. They were kind of gauzy and hazy, you know. Yeah, anyway, you can get in and get out and have a painting done, and now something like this could always be used as a basis for going further, you know. And in a case like that, I sure wouldn't try and turn it into a blue painting, you know. If I was going to set out for something like that, I might do an iteration of the scene with just black and white and mix a middle gray. And then that could be glazed into cools, blues, greens. Something like this, though, you could turn it into a sunset scene pretty easy. I mean, I'd start with a glaze of something like Indian yellow and then just start beefing up um, the yellows, you know, bringing in other tones and things. And that might be really exciting to do, actually. It's been a while since I've done that on an earth tone painting, but you could definitely say push it into like warm oranges, yellows, reds, and that kind of thing. Be a real piece of cake. Yeah. Or just, you know, I really enjoy um, the sepia tone in and of itself. I think it's beautiful. And so I probably won't be doing that to this painting, especially since I won't pop it in the store. And you know, as far as putting things, you may have noticed like there's a trend now because if what I'm doing is I'm just taking a high resolution screenshot of the painting so that I can put it in the store. And my feeling is that if somebody really digs it, then they can respond right then and go ahead and click buy. And it's just a great way to support me, you know, because the COVID has really affected my little gallery business out here. The whole place has just been choked off from tourism and stuff, even from the biggest city in New Zealand, which is where most of the people with any, you know, desire to go and desire and ability to purchase art would normally come up from Auckland. Yeah, but that may be changing. So, and it's all good because at the end of the day, I'm going to paint because I love to paint, and I'm going to teach because I love to teach. And but you know, we all got the old that old pesky thing like those bills that show up. So um, it's good to move the paintings on and get them into people's homes. Yeah. So just trying to think of anything else I could clue you into here. I'm really liking this painting, and it has. I think I did a pretty good job of getting that depth and feeling of light and air. And maybe we've got a minute here. We can talk about that. That's actually maybe a topic for a whole video because a lot of times the way I get the feeling of air and things, it's just my approach to values, right? And what that means is like you sort of hold off on going overly bright, and for things in the distance you definitely hold off on going very dark. So that will make the dark things in the painting going to seem much closer to you, and the things that aren't dark will seem to have a feeling of air or atmosphere between you and them. And that's how I do it, you know. And really it starts with, well, training yourself to do it, you know, and that's through experience. And so you may have some attempts at it that don't pan out, but after a while you'll get it down. And if you're here because you're painting, some people just like to watch the paintings happen here, so I'm not going to assume that everyone here is a painter, but if you are a painter, get to work after this video. Turn off the computer and get yourself a board and try just doing a painting with some burnt umber, some black, some white, and a yellow ochre, and see what you come up with, you know. And you can use a black and white photo as reference to do this. It works just fine. Yeah. I think this one had a bit of that sepia cast, but you don't have to work off a sepia photo. You could work off a black and white photo, and you could turn any photo to black and white. Just even on most phones even have a filter for that. So you could prop your phone up and turn it so that it doesn't turn itself off, or a tablet, and you'd be off to the races. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. Go check out my website. Yeah, click on that link. Maybe go buy this painting. Free international shipping, by the way, which has gotten a bit, you know, pricey. But hey, I'll do it. I don't want any impediment for you. And also a quality guarantee. If you don't love the painting, you just contact me and we'll sort it out. We'll get it back from you. Anyway, until I come back with another video, do me a favor, do me a solid. Take good care of yourself and your family, especially in these sort of dark times we're in. Stay out of trouble, and God bless you and your family.